And in a day where 3 teams are going to be eliminated today, FNATIC need to show up and show us what they're made of. Them versus Complexity here. The train yard is where we begin, and FNATIC on the T side with a good bit of utility for the pistol.
Yeah, Poison's picked up a Zeus, which is already a little bit curious, but let's see what he can do with it, I guess. He's the man donning the kit as well. Golden going to be dropping down into the pop dog while the smokes fall over here outside. And actually, he deals with Blame F pretty damn quickly. This isn't an A play, though. This is a wrap in through the connector. I love this from FNATIC. They are getting stuck into the backline, and Complexity, they are completely out of position for this one. They started to rotate in towards A, and Crimson Golden, they have just locked Complexity out of the round.
Crims, he's got the Zeus, he's going for it, but going to put it away eventually. Finding the fights instead, and the Glock burst will do wonders for FNATIC. I love that from FNATIC. Like you said, great call, right? They make it look like an A-take, they throw those yard smokes, they go fast towards a bomb train, and if you're Cole here and you see these smokes, you think, FNATIC are planting A. No, right through the connector, right into the back line, and with the bomb coming in late through the box halls, those were the players to throw the smokes in the first place. FNATIC, they already show what they've got up their sleeve. Like Christine said, right, we know this team have been boot camping, they've been putting in the work, and we need to see the results of that work. Right now it's showing through.
Oh, they're going to try and go for a bit of a pop play. Config is here. There's a Molotov dropped at his feet, and he's trapped whether he likes it or not. He's still just playing around on the ladder. And eventually has to get out of pop. Now, Rush, in amongst all of this, tries to go aggressive over here outside of the B site, and he gets shut down. And FNATIC, they're not waiting around, man. They are picking up the pace. They're getting into B once again. Complexity a little bit out of position here. They wanted to have some extra time thanks to Rush's aggressive position for this rotation, but that has not come through. And now the bomb plant will follow. So FNATIC looking sure to get this second round and the conversion on the board. And I'm already loving what we're seeing from them. Golden as well has gotten off to a flying start, not just in the things that he's called, but with his performance in the server. And I just realized I had trade as the background, Hugo. The map is trade. That's all synced up brilliantly, almost like it was planned.
You could have pretended you did that on purpose, Harry.
I did do it on purpose, actually, on reflection.
I can't even
Hugo,
tell.
you're right.
Oh, well done. Is JW going for this? Is he actually going to find a Zeus onto Blame? They are very close, but JW, he's just hanging around right now. I hope he considers it, but unfortunately, he doesn't know how close he really got to that kill. Yeah, I mean, good stuff from Golden. I love the precedent that FNATIC are setting already into this game, right? It's playoffs. It's where the matches matter. It's where, you lose one and you're done. You're going home in this lower bracket. And so FNATIC, they just set such a pace in the start of this game. They don't let Complexity feel comfortable, and they take those 2-round leads just to start off. Now a third will follow. Complexity with only that saved Eagle, and Config has bought one of his own, but fairly minimal investments here for the CT side. FNATIC should be off to a rip-roaring start. Still on a bit of a bonus as well, so taking things slow and steady, setting up utility, dropping in the pop dog, and waiting for these fights. They certainly will come the way of FNATIC. Complexity all stacked in this outside yard, looking for kills. Let's see if this Eagle can provide anything. Nice shot from Config, but surely no more.
Yeah, you're bang on, Hugo. No more. Blame F is going to fall shortly thereafter. And FNATIC, they get that 3-0 lead. They find the conversions. They keep it nice and clean. Now we're going to have this first investment round for Complexity, and we get to see the AWP in the hands of Poison. He doesn't have armor behind it. He's going to be playing that glass cannon. But I don't know, man. I'm liking that he gets to bring this out so early. Poison, not a man to be trifled with this big green gun in hand. So let's see what FNATIC have up their sleeve now to try and deal with this first full buy from Complexity. There were a lot of Fs in that sentence, and I felt like I was going to trip over it. But I didn't. And let's see if FNATIC are able to find the same kind of success into this A bomb site. Blame F with a double, but Crims is very, very swift in the response. And Complexity, they are immediately left just down to 2. The nade even finding Poison. You wouldn't know this was a full buy from Complexity. Everyone has fallen, and this leaves Obo in a 1v3.
Yeah, good luck with this one. No kit either, so the second that plant comes in, things get even more difficult. Grenade doesn't quite go out, but when it does, FNATIC are now going to know exactly where he's coming from. He moves into the site from the connector, and he's being very loud and proud about this as well. FNATIC is still hiding, and Obo is getting shot from the back line. Golden on the wraparound, and that's going to be FNATIC finding this 4-0 lead. That certainly bodes well for them, man, because I will say, in this series, I was a little bit worried looking at the veto. Train coming through for FNATIC, obviously a good map for them, obviously one that they don't play a lot, so you can imagine they've been putting in the work in, and things are looking that way right now. But with Nuke following up, one that Cole have taken down a lot of top teams on, and Mirage, a map that in history FNATIC have loved, but as of late has not been great to them. You've got to hope that they've put a similar amount of work there as well, because I think, if anything, the veto favors Cole, even if FNATIC are the, you know, better team. Obviously, the word better, I guess, comes under what parameters you look at, but at least right now, FNATIC have been performing.
And what parameters do you look at, Hugo?
I don't know. Peak world ranking, you know, players, experience as a roster. There's a lot of factors, and that's why I feel like it's safe to say FNATIC are better than Cole, but also FNATIC have existed longer than Cole, so that shouldn't be too much of a surprise.
Yeah, looks like we have a short little technical pause right now. We'll work to figure out exactly what is going on.
You're actually in the server, Harry. You are in the train yard, so
I am in the train yard.
Here?
Yeah,
broken down?
My understanding is that it's rained too heavily, and that maybe play will be called off. But we have to wait and see, Hugo.
This isn't tennis.
No, if you actually look, you'll see that someone from Complexity has dropped from the server. It looks like. Oh, hang on, I'm trying to think.
That or Flusher has made a big roster change.
Yeah, Flusher's actually switched on over. He's joined Complexity. It's a big roster move, but hey, they're building a juggernaut. And if you want a juggernaut, you want Flusher.
Not wrong. Yeah, we're waiting for Poison to get back in. I imagine he's here, and we're just waiting for the hard reset as we restore the round. Config with a scout. We got Deagles here for Cole, and FNATIC still bought, but the no AWP. They didn't save Poisons from the back of Green Train in the previous. Where do they go from here? FNATIC have run a lot of fast rounds. So early grenades from Cole, but none of them connecting because FNATIC, they've fallen back a little bit. Poison hasn't. He's pushed close Ivy, and FNATIC are holding for it, leaving JW in this position while Golden goes back towards B to join the bomb.
Well, JW hasn't seen much action yet, and this might be his first round to give it a go. Oh, well... Maybe I spoke a little too soon there. It's Config to actually find him. And now for FNATIC, they're just going to ease back into one of these B plays. They've pretty much been like the bread and butter of these anti-eco rounds. And they've often been good for FNATIC. So they fall back into a nice, safe B hit. They don't have anyone going aggressive this time around. And Config Scout is arriving, looking to get stuck in. Oh, Config, another nice kill. Brolin gets dropped, and now that's an AK that's retrievable. Flusher is trying to close the distance here. He's trying to get up close to these players in the connector, playing around this smoke. He's going to hide in it, but he's losing his teammates one by one inside of the bomb site. And now Golden, he's got to buy time. He's got to buy time for Flusher to get away with a lot on this flank, and the bomb is planted for Flusher. He's giving it enough time, and now he taps them down. That is perfectly played from Flusher. Everything about that round was calculated to a T by FNATIC to try and allow Flusher to find this success in the post plant. And even though everybody falls for FNATIC, I like what we see there from them. Flusher as well, just waiting and waiting, letting them get that defuse down low and then nabbing it. This is sick as well. Look at that.
The camera shots continue to impress, of course, especially from Cole's side of things. But yeah, I mean, you see so many teams mess that up in the B post plant when they get aggressive, right? So many teams go for a default plant and then push connector like Flusher did. But I'm glad FNATIC didn't fall into that same trap. With no utility and with Golden playing alone towards the halls, they planted it for Flusher. They let him come back from connector and do the work there. So FNATIC not making these basic mistakes that even catch out top teams here and now. So 5-0. Reaping the rewards of this scoreline. Flame F gone in an instant. He's been so good at those opening duels, but this time he's going to lose his. Brolin also opening up on this outer site. Poison's been smoked off, and he's going to try and move through it, but Flusher spams the smoke, and of course, Flusher comes out on top, leaving 2 for Cole in a 2-on-4. Brolin won't let anyone stop the plant either, and Obo, the life of an inner player, Harry. You know it, you love it, and he's left rotating.
Yeah, man, no, it's iconic, isn't it, right? You're that 1B guy, and it's like, all right, guys, I'll retake A in a 1v4 again. I guess that's all I can do. Yeah, it's not going to happen for Obo. FNATIC, they're really showing us a good hand here on trade to open things up, and that is exactly what I wanted to see. I feel like FNATIC, right, we either see them come out the gate steamrolling, or they never even get out the gates. You know, that's what it feels like with this team sometimes, man, and I'm liking that we're seeing them show us such like a depth early on. You know, I can't think of them just like rinse repeating the same kind of thing. The pistol round was really nice. The anti-ecos have been great. And then the moment these buy rounds come in, FNATIC just pick up the pace, and they really do just switch it up on complexity. They never give a player like Poison a lot of time, right, to get set up with the AWP, to pick players away. I'm loving what we're seeing from the FNATIC squad. And there's a timeout called in for Complexity, and I think justifiably so, right? This is a very, very one-sided start.
Wow, talk about jinxing it before we're even close, Elliot. Come on, man. We're 6 rounds deep. You're going to call it like that?
There's always that one guy, isn't there, man? You'll be like 11-0 up, and then someone's like, "Is it really going to happen?" The 16-0, and then it's like, "Nope, we've actually lost 16-11." So thank you very much. That's already been jinxed.
Calling it 11-0 is very different to calling it 6-0 as well, right? Like just a slow start for Cole. They haven't had any chances to build money. Every buy round has been reset immediately. Poison's last orb had no armor. He got grenaded out of the round. All these things add up, and FNATIC, they have looked so good while doing this. It's a low buy for Cole, but Config, he had 7k. He's bought an AWP with Kevlar as well. What a mad lad in the server. We know he can use this AWP. And so let's not judge it. Let's see what he can accomplish in this round. It could, on the other hand, just be a waste of $5,000. Almost a shot through the wall into main, connecting to Brolin. And Config, he's got to be very mobile with this, because of course spamming the AWP, telling FNATIC exactly where he is, that might tempt them in towards that B bomb site, but at least Config will have a quick rotation if that's the case. Rush on the scout, and he's been flashed off Ivy as well. FNATIC are trying to take this out of sight bit by bit as they push Complexity passive.
They're about to pressure made. Brolin has been waiting so patiently for this, and I think he just pulled out utility as they pushed in. The timing could not be worse for Brolin there. Golden is wrapping in through CT, and he's looking so crisp right now. He's shut down Config. That is the AWP taken out of the round already. However, oh dear. Oh no, Obo's deep down flusher. Poison's best JW, that drops the bomb over. This scout has gotten away with a lot of damage as well. Golden was so close to discovering Blame F, and Blame has now heard Golden rotating through Ivy, so Poison is ready for that peak, and he's ready for it the second time around as well. They mop that round up on the eco, and is it any coincidence that it is the same round? Elliot brings up the stat about no 16-0s. I'm not saying that that's the reason why, but that's probably the reason why.
Fully jinxed by AZS or Sourdough-esque, I guess.
That's the thing, right? Like FNATIC fans now, they're going to hate Elliot, but obviously if you're Jason Lake, you maybe start to get him on payroll to to put up more of these stats, you know?
The old jinxaroo. Hey guys, I've never seen Complexity go 0-6 and then 16-0 the game, but well, this is the first time for anything. Yeah, nice round. I love it when the scout does exactly what Rush does there, right? Just pivots on the bomb train, tags Golden CT, doesn't reface, tags Crim's E-box. Well, I won't say double, it doesn't reface because he jumps and gets one-tapped, but that's always fun. But yeah, good damage off the scout. That AWP bought by Config, right? He gets an opening kill, and then Poison takes it and finds 3 more in the round. Like, what a madman. That AWP really does provide everything for Complexity, and they save it into this round as well. Poison's well armed, and the rest of the CTs are around it. Cole looking to build upon their first round here. They don't want to get immediately reset, but JW has this AWP in play. Wow.
And it's another round where they just pick up the pace. They barrel a man into the site. Now, this time he does get traded, right? Flusher doesn't last long past getting that initial kill. But still, it's put a lot of pressure on Complexity. They've kept 3 players over at A, and that leaves just Obo here at the B bomb site. Sure, Rush has come rotating round, and actually he is going to get here in time. Him and Obo are able to combine for a bit of a defense, but Crim's looking very, very good right now. He's deep within the site. That molly is going to force Poison forward. Blame F is coming in on a very, very lengthy flank all the way up through the tunnels. And oh, Poison gonna try and find the man behind Grey Train. Golden, that molly's not deep enough to force him out, and so he's able to stay here. Now, will they be ready for Blame F coming in through the back line? He's taken his time on this flank. They've had to wait a very, very long while for Blame F to get into position. So you want this flank to deliver a lot, and it will deal with Golden. This leaves Crims in the 1v2 on the bomb train, and Poison's going to dig him down. Efu's going to come on in, and while it does look like it's going to be close, it will be this second round on the board for Complexity.
Yeah, FNATIC get very hung up there on that B entry, right? They don't throw the ramp smoke when they go for the contact drop with 3 players, which is fine. You don't need the ramp smoke, but you definitely need players fighting towards the connector. What they've done in the past is send that fast spawn down. First player, often Brolin, just jumps into the site, and then a player peeks behind him and actually takes the fight while the connector player is distracted. In that round, FNATIC, they get so focused on Obo that was playing Bomb Train, no one looks towards Con, and the smoke comes in late, so Rush is able to mow down 2 players on that rotation. Like, that shouldn't happen. FNATIC should always trade that at a bare minimum, but that really makes the round difficult. And Config, he doesn't make it any easier either, getting aggressive and finding Flusher on the ladder. JW tagged through an Ivy smoke, and things are getting worse and worse for FNATIC by the second. Complexity might finally be getting a handle on this game. Better late than never. 4 on 5, column man up rather. And FNATIC with no AWP, they've got to fall back and wait for picks to come to them, but Complexity aren't feeding the beast all too much.
Golden's been a little bit slippery here, holding for Blame F, but now the AWP's trained in on his angle as well. Still not a kill found, but they've got him trapped here. And oh, the timing couldn't be worse there for Poison. Molly's going to force Config out into the open. Brolin's done a good job to turn this back in the advantage of FNATIC. Obo start to close the distance now, drops the bomb with that kill, and now going to try and deal with a little bit more of this insurrection that's coming out through main. Golden, closest man to him. Obo's never discovered him just yet, and Golden got the info there. He spotted one of these players now. Blame F is up on the bomb train. Is Golden ready for that? Doesn't matter. Blame F wasn't looking the right way. Obo, this was a 1v3 when it began, and it ends with 2 players surviving for FNATIC. That's 7 on the board now, and yeah, a bit of a heartbreaking round for Complexity, right? It looked like for a moment they almost got control of it once again, but these kills from Brolin were great, and the timing for Poison down in Ivy was just very, very unfortunate.
Exactly. Right there is a great example of how losing 1 player on the outer bomb site, even if you're stacked with 4 up, can just cause so much disarray, right? You lose your crossfires, you're holding a man advantage, everything's fine for Cole, but the second Poison's dead, well, there's no support covering main. FNATIC can come out, they can molly pop, they can do so much more with their positions that they already have. And Complexity, their hole just gets dug deeper, right? Certainly isn't going to be helped out in this round either. Cole on a low buy, and suddenly the Orbs, the snipers, they're not saving them on this eco round. Rush and Obo, all that remain, bit of a boost up, does find one. Obo was on the head of Rush and so wasn't fully exposed in the connector, but that's enough info for FNATIC to know exactly where both these players are and where they can go. Obo hasn't moved, Rush has wrapped round, but FNATIC can consider this, and they've got the players alive to cover the plant. Rush coming in from CT, and FNATIC are about to take some fights. JW going wide. Oh, he's about to spot this. So close, yet so far. Rush has gotten deeper than maybe he should have, but can he do anything with this sniper? Yeah.
He certainly seems to think so, Hugo. He's taken out JW. Golden now left to try and hold the line, and Obo has degged him down as well, but Crims is playing the trigger discipline. And he's waiting. He's being very, very patient, and he's just allowing them time. Now, oh, Crims, you're disgusting. This is gross, and he's going to deal with everyone that remains. Crims, the Gravedigger. He's put an 8th round on the board for FNATIC. And as FNATIC had told us before, Hugo, every Gravedigger dies.
Yeah, that is true, Harry. You got to, cross your hearts, cross your necks, do all of it. But Crims, what a brutal display in the clutch. I love how well Crims has been playing in FNATIC, right? It even feels like when FNATIC in Godsend, we had all those switches back a couple of years ago and everyone moved out and moved back in. You know, Crims, firstly, he just sticks around. Secondly, he always performs. It felt like no matter what Swedish roster he was playing with, he was always one of those top players, if not the best at the time. So keeping that into the present as well, right? Timeless player. 8-2, FNATIC in full control of the T side of this map. Cole may have found a couple of rounds, but they are going to need a lot more if they want to feel comfortable in this half. Regardless of how things go, FNATIC are going to win the half, and that certainly doesn't bode well for Complexity on CT Train. They're doing a good job in this round, but JW actually finds Config in the pop dog, a missed close player. Obo's going to swing for the trade. He does fight Golden, but doesn't get away with his life. Down to 20 is Golden, and FNATIC start to wrap the score.
Oh, Blame is ready for it. And even if he wasn't, he had Poison alongside him. However, FNATIC, they leave the bomb back towards T-Main, and while all this has gone on, JW is going to retreat back to get the bomb. Flusher has gotten very, very deep within this B site, and the timing's going to be everything here for old mate Flusher. He catches Poison on the rotation, and JW, he's been heard. No, he hasn't. He's been sneaking this whole way. He's actually heard Rush on the rotation. He's gonna have to try and beat him with the AWP, but he will catch Rush on the rotate. If you're Rush there, you are mad, man. You are flanking all the way through the T-tunnels. Like, I don't know. JW now 1v1. Blame F, 22 points of health. Oh, this is gross. JW sneaking his way over towards this B bomb site. And Blame F, he's rubbing his hands. He's thinking, ha ha ha, I've got this, Swede. He won't know what hit him. But turns out JW, one step ahead, is already getting this bomb down over towards B. And now it becomes all too clear to Blame F exactly what's gone down. He's going to try and rotate in.
TikTok. He's got a lot to clear. Blame doesn't know where JW sits. It seems predictable to us in the heavens, but that's still a 50-50 for Blame once he's cleared the site. He's going to go for the tap, needs the kill, needs the victory, and JW knows he's not on the bomb. Another tap, that's all Blame can do. He can't stick this defuse, and JW knows it, clearing it again. Oh, the ladder, and JW pulled his knife out. There's still not time, I don't think, for Blame. He's got to run for the hills with 4 kills, but that is such a close round. JW, he goes for the quick switch, Harry. It's a classic. It's a famed classic, and it cost him his life, but not the round, luckily enough. Big clutch from JW. I like the the diversion there towards the B side through Pop Dog, right? He throws that molly in A. He makes it very clear that he's in the yard at one point, and that keeps Blame F in the smoke forever, giving enough time for JW to set up in the post part.
And once again, this leaves Complexity with not really a lot to work with, right? They're partially investing into this round. Getting that kill early is actually going to be worth its weight in gold. That's a weapon that can be retrieved. The man advantage does slip away from Complexity almost as quickly as it arrived. Config playing around with his deagle. It's only a Galil as well that was retrieved. That's why they gladly sent him out to the slaughter.
Ooh. FNATIC, they just want kills, right? They don't want to commit in a 4-on-4 where they know Cole are likely in 4A, and that's why not only are they taking their time, but also the bomb is wrapped back. It's a good call, it's a bad flash, but it is going to be the kill from Golden as he finds Poison outside Old Hell. Obo looking to clear, but the aim punch is a real problem, and now B has been lost by Complexity. They don't know it, but they're about to realize as that bomb gets planted, maybe not, right? Maybe it'll take them a second as Golden's keeping them attracted on this A bomb site, and even though Config knows at this point, there's not much he can do with that information. It's a lost round. FNATIC have cut off Pop Dog. He can't go up the ladder. He does kill Golden, leaving an AK available to him. But past that, I don't think he's going to find all too much in this round. And if he tries to save down Ivy, Harry, JW is waiting.
Yeah, this is the horrible thing for Config, right? Like, FNATIC, they've been everywhere. They've been all across the map. They are like the boogeyman. So he's going to try and retrieve the AK, but he doesn't like really know where is safe. So you really, you really don't envy him. Oh, dear. There's JW. Config, he's got himself a little corner to hide in, but not for long. Flusher hounds him down, finds him as well.
How does the UMP beat the AK in that fight? I don't understand. Flusher. I thought it was Bottle. I thought it was lost, right? JW peaks early. He could have waited. But yeah, Config, he tucks in the corner. He loses to an That is obscene. And FNATIC, well, they are keen to close this map 10-2, and they are in full control. Cole, they've got the money, and that's something they've lacked most of this game. So it's good to see them rifled up, but will it have much result? Crim's quick drop into the pop and finds a kill. That molly should burn him to death with the bullets. Don't blame Will. Poison finds another shot towards main, and somehow the UMP continues to put up the pain. But Flush is now stuck in a clutch. He gets tagged as well. Poison with a swing, and he will be able to finish around with a pistol. This is the player that we waited and wanted to see today, especially on the train yard. Poison with the AWP, finding a triple, and getting Complexity their 3rd round in the entire map. Never thought I'd see FNATIC broke in this game.
Yeah, that's kind of a wild thing, right? But it does just prove how close these last few rounds have kind of got. You know, you haven't had like these comfortable 4 players surviving like they had early on, right? You think like 2 rounds ago, no players survived. The round after that, what, 2 or 3 players survived.
Ooh.
So, oh, that's a bit unfortunate. A little bit ugly there from FNATIC. He gets caught in the in main, but Obo, he's kind of laid the worries to rest in this round, securing that double kill over towards ramp. JW's gotten deep here. Poison does lie on the angle though, and he's primed, ready to go. Poison in with another kill. This leaves it all onto Young Gun Brolin. Deeg out for the boys perhaps, and he will get rid of Poison. Now looking for a little bit more. 1v3 for Brolin here, and he's trying to duel with a connector player. Swings a little too wide, and that leaves him prone to the double peek from Rush at E-Box. And the man back in connector. So Complexity, they finally start to chain together a couple of rounds. And now as we head into round 15, last of the half, FNATIC have a bye. And Complexity, you know, 5-10 half, it is recoverable. And it's a damn sight bit better than how this game started off, right? They kind of stumbled back to their feet, but this is still a very one-sided scoreline for FNATIC.
Yeah, and it's a fast one as well. They're going to run right out main as they have in the past. They'll do the same, but Poison putting down kills and Rush will follow up. Golden trading from the pop smoke. They're just going to commit. FNATIC have no fear, and good shots from Golden, man. You said he looked crisp, Harry. He is showing us why. 2 more kills in this site with a 1-tap to follow. Brolin is now alone in a clutch, a 1-on-3. Shut out the first. That sandwich smoke is fading, and he had a chance to take down the man in the site, but now he's lost that opportunity, and Obo has begun his rotation through Con. Brolin in a far tougher clutch now as Complexity look to play together, play off one another, but Brolin more damage and puts Poison down to 15. He can now leave. He can run wherever he wants. He's gotten safely back towards T-Con, and the world is his oyster.
Yeah, and you know, also Obo saw him get through the connector just about, and that's led to this rotation back here into the B site from Obo. Now, I like his decision making. You can see he started to go aggressive over towards the upper side of B. He's going to be there to get the early information as to whether or not Brolin is hitting this site. However, this leaves Poison, 15 points of health, trying to hold down Ivy all alone, and he's not able to do it. Brolin gets that kill, and now we're into a 1v1. This is where things get a little bit finicky. Obo, who was over here at the B-bomb site, starts to rotate back towards connector. Brolin, no idea where Obo could be, and it's a little bit scary for him now. There is like a mound of kits for Obo to choose from over there, so he does have time. Brolin now inside of this site, and he's checking everything. He's being very methodical. The jump on the train has given up his position, and Obo is quick to move into the site. Brolin gets blindsided, and Complexity, they are going to find that 5th round.
Yeah, recovering somewhat near the end of the half, but the question is, are they going to be able to put up much on their T side? Of course, it is a map that Complexity have frequented. They frequent pretty much every map. They have played a lot of games recently, and we're going to see if this one will go the distance. So join us in just a minute, ladies and gents. We'll be back with the second half of Complexity FNATIC in just a moment.
Take a little and you can't get enough. It's a devil's game, but I just can't give it up. I'm a shadow holding hands with the dark. You're a dying flame in need of a spark, but you're bound to fall the way I'm playing this part.
Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. 10-5 right now is the scores on the doors, and we need to check IDs before you get in here. Now, Betway, they've put this one in favor of the FNATIC boys, and I think, you know, after that first half, that's pretty justifiable, Hugo. I want to say that, like, Complexity, they're able to stumble back to their feet. It feels like we started to see some stuff from guys like Poison and Blame F, and so I'm hoping, right, with these two stepping up towards the end of the half, if we see a bit more from them, Complexity can still make this first map a competitive one.
Yeah, for sure. Don't count them out, and a pistol round is truly the place to start. Blame knows it, and he shows it. He finds a quick pick with a P250. Config drops down the ladder, and blink and you miss it. This round might be done. JW trying to save it, but it's already over. Flusher a long way away on this rotation. He may have a grenade with low players on the other side, but at max, that's a single kill, and even then, we're being optimistic. Complexity looking to find their sixth here. Flusher, how close can he truly get it? Not at all. Obo finds him with a Glock, and Complexity, well, they've begun this comeback, Harry. They have taken the first round of the half, and as long as the anti-ecos can follow, things can certainly get back into shape.
I still can't get, like, even when I'm home, Hugo, I can't get over those camera shots that the guys at Complexity have set up. I love the, you know, we're getting to see what the orgs can bring to the table, right? To add to these online events. Now, FNATIC, let's see what they can bring to the table in this 4 spy round. We got Deegs, we got CZs, we got Scouts. These are all words. And that's the thing about words, you know, you can piece them together, you can make something of it. Let's see if FNATIC can piece this 4 spy together and make something from nothing. JW going to spot a couple of players down here towards Ivy. Wasn't able to follow up with any damage, but he at least gets the information gifted over.
Cole spotted a double inner, and so the second they did, they rotated back towards A, and FNATIC peeled back from a close setup. You know, there's still double inner, but it means the second that Cole moved towards A, FNATIC can rotate really quickly. And the reason they're still able to run double inner is because of the T-con control getting taken by Brolin. He's actually cut the bomb out of A main, and that's where Complexity are trying to go. So they've got to kill him to even get into this site, and that will be enough information to allow those rotates to come through from FNATIC. This is a really good setup from FNATIC, considering what they have to show, but as long as Complexity stay grouped to try and trade their way to a win, things should be okay for these teams.
Oh, no, maybe not. Brolin, he's gone aggressive. He's torn them down with the CZ. And it will get traded, but still, this is a good round for FNATIC. They're feeling it now. They're in this 3-on-2. They have to finish what Brolin so graciously started, and Flusher is being a menace. He's going to snipe Poison down through the smoke. Blame F, Rappin. You can't afford to miss that many shots with the MAC-10, because Crims is going to deal with it. The nade damage helping out from JW. And FNATIC, they've stolen that 4 spy round away. 11 on the board now. And Brolin, man, he makes me want to be good with this CZ. I see him using it all the time. He is so damn good with that gun. And look at this, like, what nerf, he says as he laughs and just mows them down in main.
And because of that position, we already saw those rotates off of B, right? It was the double inner for FNATIC, and Brolin, he gets the kills. By the time Cole are planting, both players from FNATIC that will be, Crimson Flusher, are already in the A site. Flusher's dropping the bomb planter, and Crimson's backtracks with the scout. So, yeah, that's a really good position taken by FNATIC. They show the value of pushing T-con on, well, especially those low economy rounds, but really in any situation on the CT side. And FNATIC, nothing can be taken for granted here. JW, well, he's going to try and clear the corner in T-spawn, but Obo was waiting in the wings. Now, off the back of that kill, Cole have really nothing other than this hero AK on Blame, so they are relying on that to find these opening kills. They are a man up, though, moving towards the A bomb site. Brolin trying to hold the line, and he's going to get a bunch of Ts coming his way. But that smoke actually sends him right back, and Complexity will reconsider for now.
Oh, Brolin is the main master, though. And he's not going to let you out without a bit of a fight. Shut down the first man, follows up with another before getting dealt with, and it's still the advantage. I was going to say lying with Complexity, but maybe not. Crims is going to put it back into even odds here in the 2-on-2. Now, Rush has been able to retreat. I'm going to stop saying names because every time I do, I feel like the Death Note, mate. It's Obo now, 1v2. And I'm so sorry, Obo. I've said his name, and now he's creeping forward into Flusher. He gets shut down. FNATIC, they're going to find that 12th. It's a nice try from the Complexity side, right? They get it very, very close. And there was a point in time where it looked like they could have stolen that one away. JW showing us a bit of gymnastics as he gets taken down. But yeah, I mean, you know, for Complexity, that wasn't like a full buy. They didn't put everything on the line. That was just pistols. So now they get the investment here and now, and there is a chance for them in this round.
Yeah, of course, Blaine bought the AK, so he's a little limited here, but I think that's always worth it on a round like that. Complexity was very winnable. You know, they get the opening kill, they trade their way into a 2-on-2, and they lose that. So, you know, always worth getting a rifle when you can, and now a bunch of rifles are running the gauntlet towards this A-bomb site. JW in a smoke, Config catches him, and will not fall for any of JW's tomfoolery. Crims does spam back, though, finding poison, but in the meantime, Kolov's taken B, and FNATIC are only just beginning to realize there's that bomb plant. Crims, he is here in time, but BlameF's pushed very deep, and this Deagle does provide some sanctuary for Complexity in the post plant. Flash out, Obo fighting, he has no fear, and he's dropped gold and leaving Flusher alone, knowing that they can be pushed up as well. He's going to trade out guns. Here's Config on that flank. Flusher reads it, but he won't hit it, and Config with a 3-piece in the round. Despite that bomb going B, he finds all the A kills and puts Complexity on the board. That's such an important round, right? If Complexity don't win that, not only are FNATIC 3 rounds away from their map pick going their way, but they have so much money. FNATIC have now just been broken right into their first rifle round of the half, and that's going to give a great chance for Complexity to get back into play.
Oh, we're going to have a bit of a standoff here. That nade, Golden's dodged it. He escapes the damage and now takes up a position back in the pop dog. Oh, Molly now going in. Golden. Ooh, he gets teased on the ladder. And there's a nade to follow up. They are really making his life misery.
Yeah. I love the combo. They throw the molly outside of the pop and then the grenade in it. So his options are walk into the grenade or walk into the molly. Like, which one do you want to do? Neither, and he does both.
Oh, and they fake the flash as well. No one looks away. It doesn't work, but it doesn't matter. BlameF just drops into pop. Gets those kills. Poison has secured the entry in through Ivy as well. And now Crims and a P2K. Gets away with a headshot. The dink, not the kill. And this is going to be a plant inside of the A site for Complexity. I like seeing teams do that, like, fake flash, you know, where you drop the flash up on top of the railing, because it does work sometimes. You'll see, and it just, like, guarantees you that if you drop down and they're looking away, you ain't getting flashed anytime soon.
Yeah, I think the reason FNATIC didn't turn is they're just pistols, right? Yeah. And they didn't see anything, they're staring. But I'd actually say that that flash, even at pro level, works more often than it doesn't. Because, you know, yeah, they hear the drop, they get ready to turn, and you often see, you know, teams fall for it. I think one thing that's really cool that we've been seeing a lot recently is teams throwing T-Con pop flashes in the mid-round, like a flash from T-Spawn just over main as their pop players come down. Because what that often does is forces a pop player to look at T-Con. That's often, you know, something they're tasked with. And so we've seen a lot of, in train games over Blast, all throughout the week, I've seen a lot of times teams have thrown that flash and forced players to look the wrong way. It's been a really good way of catching out that pop dog player and just dropping down the ladder for a kill. But in this round, it's an eco that's getting dangerously close. Crims has dropped the bomb. They've traded into a 2-on-2, and Complexity have low HP on Blaine. That means these Deagles, these P250s, are even more versatile. And JW's found an AK leaned up, ready, waiting for him on the flank. Basically a 1-on-2 right now with how far Crims is positioned away, but no one's rushing to get this bomb. Complexity are hoping for the kills to get delivered to them.
Yeah, no one from FNATIC is offering anything up. JW still hidden, still concealed in pop. Blame hasn't seen him on these little peaks, and timing's going to be everything for Blame in this situation. He's creeping on over. I wonder if he's looking for this AK or if he's just looking to clear the pop position, and he will. He deals with JW and gets that upgrade. Now, Crims been waiting very, very patiently with this Deagle. He knows that the bomb is dropped down towards Connector. And they're just going to go right on past him. They skirt by. They get into the B site. And for Crims, he's realized this a little too late. As he begins this rotation, Rush is already set up in CT, ready and waiting to deal with Crims's wrap. And so Complexity, they are going to get that ninth round on the board. It gets a little bit worrisome at a point in time there with Crims delivering a double. the Complexity are able to dig themselves out of the hole.
As you hope they should be able to, right? Especially on these rifle rounds. Cole are building into this game, man. It may have only been a 5-round CT side, but already up to 9, and FNATIC only put 2 in the mix. It's going to be the AWP for JW. First real full buy we've had in the second half. Poison will be battling against him. Looking for a B pick, actually. Hitting Flusher right through the wall. I love that shot. Very common for CTs to jiggle on that position. Poison, he doesn't even want the fight. He just takes the 80 damage and gets out of there alive. Flusher dumping a lot of his utility right after the fact. He knows that his life is likely on a timer, and so he should get as much value from his grenades as he can. JW pushed by the flash and won't be able to get a shot off down Ivy. So FNATIC slowly but surely getting pushed away from their initial aggressive positions. We'll see if there's any mid-round changes here as they run a double B setup. Cole not making it clear which site they're hitting. And Flusher playing very safe as to not get picked up at this AWP. It gives Poison a bit of room to spot B, but he doesn't see the fact that there's 2 players here. And that doesn't really matter anyway. Cole, they're grouping to commit. And with a bit of pressure being put on the Pop Dog, FNATIC have opted to give that one away. I don't blame them after some of these grenades from Complexity in the previous rounds. And now in towards this Beast bomb site setup with Golden and Flusher ready and waiting.
Oh, the flash is good though. Golden able to reposition and gets to the back of the site. However, they really are more than aware of his position, and they're going to isolate the fight. Poison even besting JW while blind, and Blame F now dealing with Crims on the wrap. FNATIC, their T side looks so damn good, but on this CT side, it feels like every kill is coming up in favor of Complexity. Every entry, every push is finding success. 3 of the kills in this round have been from blinded players on the Complexity side, and now it just leaves Brolin retreating. 10 on the board for Complexity, and they are more than recovering here over on the T side. They've got FNATIC in a similar spot to where FNATIC had them in the first half, and that is just, you know, never with any money to their name, always in these awkward scenarios where you're buying up, you're losing, then you're partially investing, you're probably losing that one as well, and you just rinse, repeat this horrible cycle that FNATIC are in right now. You'll see once again, there's just no money available to them. So it's only going to be pistols here at the absolute best for FNATIC.
5 out of the 7 rounds of the half going the way of Cole, and that's crazy considering, you know, Cole win the pistol, but then they lose to a force buy in the second round, and FNATIC get control of the economy, and it gets flipped so quickly back. So yeah, it's a great game plan from Cole, and they're going to throw in a fast round as well by the looks of things. Quick utility over the A bomb site. No one actually pushing into T-Con with it though, so bomb going Ivy. It's going to be a late round play instead from Cole. FNATIC with 4 on the A bomb site, and Flusher playing upper in solo B. Pretty standard here for FNATIC, nothing all too special. And even with an early B rotate in the form of Golden because of no A rush. Really, FNATIC don't know what's going on because Complexity are walking 3 up Ivy into the one position in the map that FNATIC have no information towards. Oboe trying to clear out B, setting up for this wrap into the site, but at this point, FNATIC have gambled towards that B bomb site. Brolin going to double back, and he'll spot everything. He'll uncover the terrible trues and doing damage, finding config low, dropping the bomb with the AWP. This might be another eco win for FNATIC after all.
There is still time for Complexity to right their wrongs, and they've at least taken a kill onto JW. Oboe's doubled up, but he does get traded. Brolin is making this round feel possible for FNATIC. 2 on 2. Brolin and Golden, the 2 players left in the hot seat now. And Brolin is on for the ace. He is the only weapon for FNATIC coming into this round, and he has delivered 4 of the 5 kills needed. Blame F trying to deny that ace to Brolin, and he will deal with both the remaining players. Blame F take a bit of a bow. He bails Complexity out of that round. A great attempt from Brolin with the solo M4. But it's ultimately not enough. That really is heartbreaking, man.
Yeah, especially considering he almost rotates B, and then I don't know what happens. Maybe the smokes give it away. Maybe someone makes a call, but he doubles back and he commits to that A site. He checks Ivy on a timing. He gets 2 kills. He drops the bomb. What a valiant attempt from Brolin, man. Again, performing for FNATIC, but Complexity, they want the A site and they want it fast.
Oh, but in doing so, they're left in the firing line of Crims. Brolin's up on top of the trains, and he's having his turn at the action. He does get bested by Blame once again. All of this has gone on. JW sniped another man down. Golden, they know he's here. They've got him trapped. However, he's able to bail himself out of danger. He really heats things up for Poison there with the Incendiary and the nades to follow. 13 on the board for FNATIC. This game getting closer and closer.
Yeah, that's a really risky call for Cole, just to go for that instant fast A burst, right? Like, they had the spawns, they play the pop spawns first before they play T-Con, but FNATIC, it's a full rifle round. They have 4A early every time, and they just mow it down. So, yeah, Complexity probably going to move away from these fast yard XX. Their slow, crawls with Ivy takes and B lurks have been really, really good. And so I'd like to see them move back into that, play around this AWP. Poison forces a shot out of JW, but won't get another chance to take him down. JW wraps round, and FNATIC have a solo B in this one. It's just Flusher. Bomb is above Pop, ready to take the halls, and it seems like Complexity do want that inner sight after all. Brolin has yet to be pushed out of this position. We've seen Golden give it up in the past, but Brolin is here to stay. That's going to allow him a very fast flank upper if he wants. Ooh, a bit of spam damage for FNATIC as well. Complexity enticing them to shoot back through the wall as the windows are broken, but you'll see now 5 players grouped up towards B. They can drop Pop, clear Brolin out of this position, and then try and exec inner.
Ooh. Ooh.
No.
Brolin dealing with Obo up above the Pop Dog. And yeah, I mean, I don't want to get in a spam fight with Brolin anytime soon. Now this B play is coming in. And this is where Crimson Flusher have got to come into their own. And these flashes are good at delaying the push. They kind of isolate 2 of these players within the site. Flusher trying his best to help Crims out. Config is still aggressive, but not for long. It's Blame F now left in the clutch, a 1v3. And he has at least got himself a path into this A bomb site. With the bomb planted, Flame's going to try and play around it. Doesn't really know where any of these players for FNATIC reside. And Blame taking up position over here in Ivy. JW slowly but surely rearing his head around the corner, solidifies the round. Complexity not able to get this one over the line, and with it 14 now on the board for FNATIC.
I like the idea there for Complexity, but they bottle the round, man. Their entire game plan is about hitting B, but they get so focused on getting that pop kill, which is fine. It's not a bad idea, right? You want to remove the flanker and the man that gets all the info, but Complexity, they throw Molly. They don't have like HEs. There's a simple guaranteed way to kill Brolin in that position. You Molly the exit, you double nade Pop. There's no way that a player can survive that. And so Complexity don't have that util, and they get so bogged down in fighting him. Brolin here is like 3 or 4 players above him, and he just comes. He gets the kill, and he goes, guys, they can't go anywhere but B or Pop, and I have Pop, so just rotate. And FNATIC go from one very passive inside player to a double setup in the site, and so those rotates were really well timed by FNATIC, but Complexity definitely made that harder than they needed it to be. I'd love to see them, if they want to focus on dealing with a Pop player, buy up the appropriate utility and saving it as well. So yeah, that's a bit of a problem for Cole. It's going to leave them with this rifle round and this rifle round only if they want to fight for this map. If they lose it, they're broke against 15. And that's not the start they needed either. JW dropping the bomb, avoids the orb shot, goes back in, and Poison wasn't ready for the post. The bomb has been delivered further and further towards JW, and shot after shot is putting FNATIC in a better spot. 3 kills away from 15, and JW might just get us there.
Yeah, JW's had a very quiet game as well, so it's nice to see him coming to life in a round that looks to put 15 on the board for FNATIC. Obo and Blame F, they're left in the clutch. Missed shot from JW, but it shouldn't really matter. They try and close the distance. Flusher's here to help out, and this leaves Obo all alone. He's got to ace it in what was temporarily a 1v5. Now 1v4. These are all things that don't make me believe too heavily in the clutch. And Obo, I don't even think he's too keen on the idea. 30 seconds left on this clock. He would have to zip around this map, get that bomb, and it's just not going to happen, is it? Crim's going to deal with him. 15 on the board for FNATIC. It took them a little bit of time on the back of what was a 10-5 half. But now they reach map point here on their map pick.
I think Obo even had that realization where he's like, yeah, it's probably just better to save because he dies and they don't have max loss. So he just gets, now Obo has less in this round than he would if he hid. But obviously saving is such a double-edged sword in this game. You want your money to be level with your teammates. And of course, there's always that chance of FNATIC hunt you down and kill you after time. And so Obo, he makes a safe choice. And now Complexity, they're just going to rush B. What else can they really do here? Golden's got all the info and he's got the bomb as well, falling down the ramp along with the corpses of Cole, and one by one they're going to get murdered in this map, Harry. FNATIC here and ready to close it out, and just 2 kills to stop them.
Yeah, this first map might be drawing to a close. Golden still holding on towards the upper tunnels at B. The bombs even drop down at Flush's feet. Flash is good, and that's at least going to allow one of these kills to go in favor. Ooh, and another one from Config in through the smoke, giving Flusher a bit of a taste of his own medicine. Blame trying to get the bomb, and oh, he has gotten it, but his little tiptoes getting tickled there by Brolin. They'll trade the weapons back and forth. That's basically like the same as throwing an AWP over, right?
Yeah.
Gonna put the M4 in the hand of Config as well, because he's got more HP. And now they try and get in towards Pop. But Crims, he's heard this. He should have an idea as to what's going on, and he's just being patient. He's not giving up this fight. He's wrapping around behind now, and this play might be the one that seals the deal for FNATIC. Crims delaying as long as he can. Now deals with Config. And this leaves Blame 1v3, 6 points of health up against map point for FNATIC. These are all things that don't sound great, and Crim shows us why. FNATIC are going to take the W here on their map pick. They get this